I have no problem with it.
Come here and sit on this audience and tell the world who you are.
Go swim in some chocolate mousse.
You just shake like crazy and scream.
Oh, yeah! Thank you! Thank you! You know, I expect that from you people. Hit it, Richie, if you would, please. Thank you. That's a little bit more like it. We turn to the gallery when we need an applause. It's another gnarly weekend edition of Talk Soup. Greg Kinnear back with you, and I'm not going to lie to you. I am the walrus, Goo Goo Gajoob. Coming up, the world's sweatiest wedding ceremony. A transsexual comes clean to her clueless husband. This is an amazing moment that is worth sitting here for the next hour in and of itself. Also, Carol Burnett has a 3-alarm yak attack on the Vicki Lawrence Show. But first, Dee Dee, Helen, Sade, and Michelle boast a combined weight of 1,300 pounds. But that's not the only good news. They're also single. In spite of their girth, these bountiful beauties say they're highly sought after by members of the opposite sex. We check in now with the Montel Williams Show and see if his audience agrees.
Fellas, stand up. Hold on a second. No way. No way. I mean, I look at you and I see you and I said, my God, damn, there's plenty of single women here. For me to get involved with you, I wouldn't have it.
But them single women are full women. You little women are fine too, but you've never been with a big woman. If you would, you wouldn't say that.
I've been with a big woman.
You wasn't with the right one. Baby, you wasn't with the right one. You wasn't with the right one, baby. You wasn't with the right one.
Can I ask you a question? These guys that you meet, are they sick guys?
No, I meet men that are very professional, lawyers, bankers. I meet a lot of men, professional men. Men love me. I have no problem with it.
How about
men that don't love me aren't real men.
This guy right here, step on out here, sir. Let's take a look at you. You're kind of a big man. Big man right here. Now.
I would not go with him.
Thank God.
No, he's built like a big woman. I like little, firm, dark, chocolate, hard men.
All right. Let me tell you. Make one more point. Yes, sir. Make one more point. I'm not in a diet. I love me. But that's too heavy for me.
That's okay. Right. Let one of your friends tell you, honey, you'll change your mind.
Yes, indeed. Not only does baby have back, baby also has baby back ribs.
It's like getting a rib and there's no meat, and you got to pull them bones apart. But when you get a woman with some meat, that meat is there, and you're in for the snuggle.
In for a lot more than that, aren't you? Hey, not surprisingly, Dee Dee went on to say that she is happy with her size, and she's still looking for Mr. Right. On Montel Show Monday. What's the matter with today's kids? Is it this sexy music they listen to? Is it this crazy, sex-filled musical interludes these children are taking? They'll discuss that Monday at Montel. Well, these guests from the Shirley Show think that the best way for a woman to get ahead in life is to be pushy, overbearing, and a bit obnoxious. You are about to meet, courtesy of the Shirley Show, Allison and Brenda. They are very angry women who are not only angry themselves, but they're encouraging other women to be angry. In fact, the title of the show is How to Be a Better... Well, the E-management here has certain things that I can and can't say, as if someone's watching the show right now. This word is one of them. How to Be a Better B-I-T-C-H would be the title of the program. Take a look at this.
I mean, if someone came up to you and said, you know, Allison, you're a real
I'd say don't boost me.
You think that's a real compliment?
I do, very much so. I think it's great. Being a is the best way to be, the only way to be.
What do you think of that? All right, how about you, Brenda?
Love it. 101% climbing.
How did you get to be like this?
Circumstance.
Were you always, you know, this
No, I'm learning, and I'm going to only get better at it.
So, like, you haven't even reached your pinnacle of
no, not even close.
Really? Tell me some of the things that you do, Brenda, that really prove, you know, how tough and demanding you can be.
My boyfriend wants a bottle pop at the store. If I go to the store, I come back without it. He's able to get his own. Not his mommy.
But why? But don't you love him or care about him?
I may love him, don't mean I have to be a servant.
So you think by doing something nice for him like that you're his servant?
Yeah, he's got a mother.
All right. Allison, what are some of the things that you've done to show, tell us. Give us some examples.
Want what I want when I want it.
Oh, she is cute, isn't she? Want when I want when I want it. Oh, boy, oh, boy. That's Allison. The E Standards and Practices obviously insist that we bleep out certain objectionable words in that clip. And this is kind of bucking the system, but we went back and removed the beeps. Do we have that footage, please?
I think it's great. Being a marshmallow. It's the way to be, the only way to be.
What do you think of that? All right, how about you? Brenda?
Love it. 101%
Marshmallow.
Our Shirley Show Monday. Get to know some show business wannabes. You'll never make it in show biz. That's what some people say Monday. After 4 years of marriage, Luna dropped an immense bombshell on her husband, Richard. To put it simply, Richie's little woman was once a little man. Not surprisingly, the shock waves from that revelation are still resounding on this highlight from the Rolanda show. Let's find out Richard's reaction to the news. Take a look at this.
We had just come back from Brazil to see my family, and I figured, I have to tell him now. I can't go anymore. It's been 4 years. Mm-hmm. And I started by telling him that all those stories that I told him about me having a syndrome, because I did tell him some things about my condition, physical condition, without really entering that realm of transsexualism. But I started by telling him that it was not quite the stories that I had told him before.
You told him what? I mean,
I told him, well, Richard, I wasn't born the way you thought I'd been born.
So, well... Wait a minute. What did you say?
I said, okay, well, go on. I checked in the calendar. Is it April Fool's Day or what? But she said, I'm not what you think I am. Or I wasn't born the way you think I was.
Right.
She told me.
And what happened was...
I was just shocked. There's no way. I mean, there's no way.
Oh, but there is. Frankly, I think what Luna did was a little drastic. I wonder what our friend Phil has to say on the subject. Phil, any thoughts?
Greg, we can appreciate the delicate nature of this topic.
Rolanda show this Monday, a look at the pros and cons of corporal punishment in school. Should teachers ever resort to brute force in the classroom? Corporal punishment in school Monday, Rolanda. This week on GMA, Joan and Charles went on to have a fish-eating frenzy. They were joined by etiquette expert Cindy Seed. That's Cindy Seed, who taught them how to debone trout after first removing the skin. Thank you. This is certainly the kind of meal that makes one's mouth water at 7 o'clock in the morning. Take a look at this.
Could we have our next...
Wonderful.
Oh, head and all. I always love it when they give you the head of the fish.
Yes.
This is
Hi, so nice to meet you. Did you have a nice day swimming around with your friends?
This is not bones, right? This is not bones.
Actually, most restaurants today do debone the fish, but if you're ever caught in a situation where you're served a whole fish like this, maybe you've gone fishing with the boss or whatever, you would take it apart.
So wait a second.
Yes.
Did you use your fish knife?
You use your fish knife and hold it like a pencil.
Excuse me?
Yeah, you hold it like a pencil.
Okay.
And you take the top part to defin the top of the fish, as well as the bottom of the fish. Okay. And you might make an incision in the middle of the fish, to kind of right down the middle of the back there.
Better if you date an internist.
Yes. And then you just take the top pieces of meat off and eat it.
So go under so that you go right to the bone?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I see. And then just expose the bone here.
Mm-hmm.
And it's...
Cutting through the top, perhaps. Just cutting a bite off at a time.
Oh, you don't actually you don't want me to take the bone out here?
No.
I've got the bone.
Actually, when you eat the top part and you finish through to the bone, then you usually be able to lift it off easily.
Cindy, I screwed up here, I guess.
I just performed liposuction.
Oh, yeah? I just performed a breast implant surgery. Cindy works for a company known as Advanced Etiquette. They specialize in teaching people to mind their own manners. On Good Morning America Monday, Joan Rivers will be dropping by to talk about her new Broadway show. Sally Marr and her escorts. Hey, we're going to take a quick break. Coming up on The Soup, Kermit trades in his lily pad for an interviewer's chair, and Richard Bay tries to reel in some guests who are getting way out of line.
I don't know, you got me. I can give Richard a show. That's right. Don't be nice, man. Hold on. Hold me. Richard can have a show. Shut up!
Oh, this is exciting. Is this time? Oh, my goodness, it's time for the... Let's just do this one more time. Where'd you find this thing? Talk Soup Quote of the Week. That's new music. This is a big show that's happening today. New Quote of the Week music. I can't believe this. So much happening here today. This provocative bit of TV magic comes to us from a woman who appeared on the Bertice Berry Show. Perhaps you saw it. Hey, all right. Quote of the week. Ted Koppel is known for his hard-hitting questions, his stoic demeanor, his halting speech, his big hair. On a recent edition of Larry King Live, Ted chatted with a journalist who perhaps doesn't possess any of the same qualities, but can boast his own unique intellectual take on the interview format that Larry King has established over all these years. I'm talking, of course, about Larry's fill-in host for the week, a man you know by the simple name Kermit.
I don't have any Barbara Walters questions. I could ask you something about your childhood.
You could do that.
How was your childhood?
It was lovely, thank you. How was yours?
It was great. I was a tadpole.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Where?
Oh, in the swamp.
What did tadpoles do? Did they molt? I mean, how do they become?
No, we start out with no legs. We grow legs, and then we hop out on the land. And then we come do late-night talk shows. Just a common frog thing. And by the way, I think we have another call from Hollywood.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
Hello?
Oh, no.
She's back. She's back.
Yes, Piggy?
This is extremely boring.
Well, I'm trying my best, Piggy. I've never done this before.
Piggy, can I get in for a moment?
Yeah.
It's not his fault. He is asking scintillating, he is asking scathing, he is asking extraordinarily intelligent questions.
Well, thank you, Ted.
But I must say I was expecting to come here tonight and to be interviewed by Larry King, and I've been a little disconcerted.
That is like the goofiest thing I've ever seen. Oh, no, wait. This is the goofiest thing.
Just rewards to the Mongol hordes drove the kulaks away in a raid. From Beijing to the seas, it has saved the Chinese till the days of the Kuomintang. From Ming to Han and on, with the Great Wall you can't go wrong.
Very good. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Ted Koppel.
Yes, indeed. You know, in one of the weirdest nightlines I had ever seen about 2 weeks ago, he sang that same song to Boris Yeltsin. It was just, whoa. Tuesday on Larry King Live, Mike Wallace will be interviewed by Lamb Chop. And as we move forward now, it is time for Talk Soup's brain teaser of the week. How do you tell when things get out of hand on the Richard Bay Show? What signs do you have? This is not a trick question. The fact is, Richard occasionally has a hard time with his guests and has to pull them in. Case in point, this highlight involving a couple of dueling bigots. Keep an eye out for Richard's patented crowd control boot stomp. I think he snaps.
Black man asked me for a cigarette. Right. Next thing I know, I turned around to give him a cigarette. What do I get? I got hit in the jaw. Ain't that bad enough? All right, so wait a second. Hold on. No. Hold on. Why did you bring up the Civil War, too? I can give it to the show. That's right. Don't deny, man. Hold on. Homie, Richard can have a show. Shut up!
Both of you. So one black guy popped you in the mouth, so you hate the whole race?
You didn't hear it by the end of my story. They didn't just pop me in the mouth. They stabbed me 3 times and they shot me.
All right.
Just because I was white. Because I was white. I came about my hatred honestly. I am not no Klan member. I am not no skinhead. I'm just me.
Tough. Tuesday on Richard's show, when your friend comes on to your man and steals him away. Hard to get happy after that, isn't it? When your best friend steals your man away? You bet it is. We'll talk about it Tuesday. When we come back, an overweight man expresses his disdain for overweight women, and Carol Burnett demonstrates the art of the wild yak.
You know how sometimes you want to just let things out, which always helped me when I did the Tarzan yell. I think that was part of it. If you stuff a lot of things, you know, and this is the wild yak.
Carol Burnett has her own version of the primal scream. She calls it the wild yak, and it's a lot of fun. This week, Carol was yakking all over the stage. All over the stage on the Vicky show. She even had Vicky's audience yakking in the aisles, yakking in their seats. It's wild, it's wacky, it's yacky. Another Vicki Lawrence highlight. Let's roll that clip.
It is a de-stressing exercise. It's not even an exercise. It just, you know how sometimes you want to just let things out, which always helped me when I did the Tarzan yell. I think that was part of it. If you stuff a lot of things, you know, and this is the wild yak that we did, and you just, you inhale, and then you exhale, and you just shake your whole body and scream as loud as you can.
It's named after an animal that is a beast of burden over there in the Orient, and he goes up in the hills every once in a while, freaks out,
does that.
and then comes back, and he says, so I think we should all get on our feet.
And he's very calm.
Let's try it. Come on your feet, kids, now.
So we'll have to do it first for you, and then all of you who are still brave, stay standing and do it.
I think they can all do it, don't you think? Yeah. We're going to take a nice deep cleansing breath, and then as you exhale,
you just shake like crazy
and scream as loud as you can. Primal screams I want to hear, kids. Okay, ready?
Okay, and we're all together in this. Okay?
Okay, here we go.
Take a
deep breath.
Whoa. That's craziness there, huh? Woo! Just so you're absolutely clear on how to do this, by the way, one more time, Fred, if you would, in slow motion for the...
You just shake like crazy and scream as loud as you can. Primal screams I want to hear, kids.
Oh, I got it now. Tuesday on Vicky, Burt Reynolds will be talking about his bumpy personal life and his revitalized career. Burt Reynolds Tuesday. Chris, you'll meet him right now, thinks obesity is extremely unattractive, and this is, by the way, coming from a guy who weighs several hundred pounds. This week on the Maury Povich Show, Chris criticized some overweight women. He also locked horns with a man named Ken who likes his ladies like he likes his movies. Widescreen and in sets around.
By the way, they don't like me, okay? I'm being honest. They don't want to be honest.
You knew what was going to happen as soon as I introduced you, didn't you, Chris?
Come on,
You knew that people were going to say, this guy doesn't like fat women. Are you nuts?
Hey, Maura, let me preface one thing. Of course, I'm overweight. I'm not happy with it. I know it doesn't look good, but she thinks she's the sexiest thing since Greta Garbo. Come on.
No?
Absolutely not.
No,
Let me tell you something.
Let me tell you something. If that's your opinion, I respect your opinion. Respect my opinion. I think these women are unbelievably attractive.
Well, I think that's a sickness.
Okay? What do you think is sickness? My opinion?
Hey, Maury,
I'm here.
We're getting a couple of different words confused.
Okay.
Pretty
Yes.
and attractiveness. I'm not going to take that away from them. They're all very pretty. Right. Okay?
And?
But are they sexually attractive? Throw a bikini on them. You want to look at that at the beach? I don't think so, Mark. Come on, let's be honest.
Excuse me.
Right? Come on, let's be honest.
I am surprised they allow you on the beach, my
Oh, come on. Go swim in some chocolate mousse. Swim your place.
Whoa! That is the highlight of Maury. Chris there, tipping the scales at 350 pounds. Does not apparently... Oh! There she goes, swimming in the chocolate mousse. What do you know? Apparently, they continued to disagree throughout the entire hour of television. It was ugly. Tuesday at Maury. Tune in and learn some valuable lessons in consumer self-defense. Let the buyer beware. Just ahead, two scenes straight out of When Harry Met Sally. First, an amateur thespian fakes arousal. And second, can men and women really, truly be friends?
All I'm saying is that I don't have the time to develop a relationship with a woman who is not interested in me sexually.
Oh, hi. You know... Whoa, that last one was weird. We were going to call it Talk Salad, but as it turns out, that particular name is already occupied by one of those silly, goofy meet friends on the phone lines. Making friends is fun on Talk Salad. That's real. We didn't make that up either. Who would come up with Talk Salad? Who would come up with Talk Soup, come to think of it? Attention all you 976 callers out there. You can save yourself a lot of money on your next phone bill by taping this highlight from Bertice. Simply make a few choice edits, play it back, and continuous loop-to-loop, and there you have it. You're about to meet Autumn. Autumn, a woman who once made a living writing and reciting phone sex dialogue, and she's not shy when it comes to talking about it. Take a look at this.
Now, Autumn, I read in your pre-interview that you have faked and can do it quite well.
I fake only professionally in my personal life, and this will be reassuring to my boyfriend. In my
Professional life? Explain that to me.
Well, during a very illustrious phase of my career, I wrote porn scripts for the 976 numbers, which consisted mainly of, ooh, it's so big, ooh, it's so hard, ooh, ooh, ooh. Ooh was like, you know, every other word.
Oh, I was convinced by that. Yeah.
And throbbing rod, that was another thing that occurred
So
frequently.
you had to fake orgasm?
Well, I had to write these scripts, and then sometimes I had to, like, voice them. That was the technical term as well. And I got kind of good at this because they would say, no, you need to approach the top more gradually. You need to stay at the top longer.
How does it sound? I'm sorry to put you on the spot.
Oh, okay. I have to, like, put my hand over my face. I have to put it somewhere. So might as well be over my face to do this. Okay.
I'm so scared by Autumn.
I'm being Meg Ryan.
Hey, all that for only $2.95 a minute. Hard to believe, isn't it? It's our friend Autumn. The woman on Bertice's panel also discussed sexy celebrities. On Wednesday's show, tune in. Bertice hears from women who say their mothers-in-law are playing favorites with their husbands' ex-wives. I think I understand that. How do you make a Marty sandwich? Well, it's quite simple. Put him on the Richard Bay show between two women who claim they're pregnant with his child. Slather on some abuse and add a generous helping of tension. And miracle of miracles, he just sits there like a piece of cold bologna. Plake. Take a look at this. Sorry.
I slept with her husband once after I found out these two slept together. What? He slept with Marty.
How many times did you guys sleep together?
4 or 5.
4 or 5 times. So, and you did this all out of loneliness.
Yes.
And you did this out of love.
Yeah. She loved her husband so much, she quickly fell in love with Marty. Then she quickly fell in love with somebody else.
Well, wait a second. What's your read on her?
not.
Why is she becoming so obsessed with you guys then?
Well, first off, she claimed she was my friend. She was all, you know, oh, Marty loves you so much. First, when Marty first went to Jersey, oh, I see the love in Marty's eyes for you. Marty talks about nothing but you. But the whole time, she was after him. I got so many phone calls, oh, I'm not after your boyfriend. I'm not after your boyfriend. But this little married, conniving wench
was after my boyfriend the whole time.
All right, now
I'm not supposed to get
what's your read on her? What is her story?
I think she's lying through her teeth because I know for a fact that there was just so many fights between Marty and Katie. Why did Marty pack all your in a box?
Because of you. Because of you. You sat there telling him I didn't love him because I wasn't giving him time.
Not.
That is the highlight there of Richard's show, who usually does not stop to editorialize about his guests, but he did say that Marty must be some kind of Vulcan alien creature because he's so cold and so rigid. This coming from Richard. On his show Wednesday, I get to know some women who are tired of looking in the mirror and seeing a gorgeous face staring back. Wouldn't it be lovely to be ugly, is what they're saying. Wednesday. Well, there's one in every family, and for the Williams clan, it's definitely Herman. Montel's brother may sport an identical shaved head, but the similarity ends there. After all, he has this big barbershop mustache. Montel's known for eloquence and charm. Herman can alienate an entire audience with just a few words. It's really quite miraculous. Here he is discussing the infamous When Harry Met Sally premise. Can men and women ever possibly, truly, really just be friends?
I refuse to lie to a woman to get a woman in bed. I'm going to tell you, if I meet you today, I'm going to tell you right up front. I'm not going to tell you that I want to be your friend and then start a relationship with you knowing that I want to sleep with you, okay? I'm going to tell you today that I want to sleep with you. Then I'm putting it into your hands to decide whether or not you want to deal with me. If you don't want to deal with me, then fine. I'm not saying, and if you say, look, okay, Herman, let's go out. I'm not saying you got to sleep with me tonight, this month, this year. All I'm saying is that I don't have the time to develop a relationship with a woman who is not interested in me sexually. I want to spend time with the woman. I want to enjoy the time that I spend, and I want to think that somewhere down the road.
Some women want to be in love before they have sex.
Hold on, sir.
Some women want to be in love.
Then you can learn to love me, babe.
Hey, Herman, listen, this has been a lot of fun, and it's great to have you on the show and stuff, but we're going to have to ask you to lose the wax mustache. Okay? That is Montel's, I think, older brother, Herman Williams, discussing his point of view with the audience. Wednesday on Montel, the ups and downs of interracial dating. It's not a black and white issue anymore. He'll talk Wednesday. Straight ahead, Shirley comes clean about her sexual exploits, and a cross-dressing husband elicits a young woman's disapproval next. Why do you think she's being abused?
Because she doesn't have a whole man. I mean, if he feels like he wants to dress up, fine, get a divorce and go dress like a woman all you want to.
Hey. What if we call it Talk Soap? There's an interesting idea. We could have this lovely music. Whoa. Maybe not. Rudy's not your typical father, though he does cut a striking silhouette in his floral muumuu and high-heel shoes and fishnet stockings. That's right. This next guest from the Jerry Springer Show says that he feels most comfortable, most at home when he dresses like a woman, even when that means borrowing his daughter's lipstick from time to time. Up next, one of Jerry's audience member takes Rudy to task for his, what she says are evil cross-dressing ways.
She is abused, but she just doesn't realize she's being psychologically abused. You only have a piece of a man. You don't have a whole man. You don't even have a whole man.
What is a whole man? What is a whole man? You tell me.
Not you.
How do you know? Why do you say he's not a whole man?
Look at him. He's not a whole man.
Why do you think she's being abused?
Because she doesn't have a whole man. I mean, if he feels like he wants to dress up, fine, get a divorce and go dress like a woman all you want to. But, you know, she's taking the fall because he, you know.
No, I'm not. I'm not at all.
Well, you said you can't hold his hand. If that's your husband, you should be able to hold his hand whenever you want to.
What is she doing right now? Come here and sit on this audience and tell the world who you are. Have the strength to do that.
Well, go for it.
I am Erin Robinson. I am a heterosexual woman. You know, I don't like to dress up in men's apparel. What else do you want to know?
Okay.
I think Rudy got kind of shut down there, didn't he? I'll teach him to dress up like a woman. He's been married to Pam for, this is the weird thing, for 20 years. 20 years they've been married, and he says he's not attracted to men. Recent studies conclude that most cross-dressers are, in fact, heterosexual. I'm confused. Everyone's confused. Phil, any thoughts on this?
You know what I'd say, Greg? I'd say they should look between their legs. It didn't come out the way they wanted this time. They should wait till their next lifetime and stop bothering us.
Thanks, Phil. On Jerry's show this Thursday, meet children who have been victimized by gang shootouts. Get to know some die-hard gang members as well. Kids caught in the crossfire Thursday. Well, this next highlight raises an interesting question. The topic being discussed was older men who date younger women. But at one point in the conversation, the tables were turned, and the guest talked about older women who date younger men. Shirley is the first to admit that she has had some experience in this area. The question is, how much experience are we talking about, Shirley? Please, tell us.
Physiology of the way men work. Is it not true, though, when they get to be 50 and 60 and 70, they
Not
just...
true.
What?
No, have you only had lovers your own age?
Who, me?
Yeah, I mean, as long as we're
I'm
talking...
thinking, have I had lovers only my own age? No, I've had younger lovers, too.
Okay.
And if we're going to be totally honest with you, the man who I'm married to now, who's the same age as I am, is a far superior lover to any of the younger men I have known.
Yeah, he's hot. You know, Shirley's not lying about her past penchant for young men. We were just looking here in Teen Beat. Where are you going, Tom?
Well, I saw what I wanted to say.
Well, get over here. So we were just looking in Teen Beat here, and I don't have a subscription or anything, but we spotted Shirley with, yeah, there it is. Shirley with, oh, she's there with Urkel. Where are you going? On this Thursday show, Shirley learns 1,001 ways to wreck a friendship. Some top contenders finding a man, becoming successful, and having a baby. Thanks for deserting me, Tom. I appreciate that. Any woman out there who thinks men aren't romantic should check out this highlight. Right here from the Bertice Berry Show. We're about to hear from a comedian, A.J. Jamal, and male sex authority Richard Smith. At least that's the name he uses when he checks into the Easy 8 motel with his latest lady friend and Mr. Bubble. I'm just kidding. Actually, he seems like a very sensitive guy. Take a look at this highlight and tell me what you think.
I've always felt that romance, love, and sex are inextricable. You have to have all three, and that's how you get the... I mean, never begin sex without a bubble bath. But, you know, even if you only have a sink, you know, try.
In my practice, the men that I work with I think the older men are more into the love and romance and that kind of thing.
I brought my romance kit.
Oh,
at any point in time. This is my you can carry it on the plane with you. It's a romance kit. I'm selling them for $19.95. Booyah! It comes with a candle. You just put the candle on. You got the red light. Red light. The Luther Vandross tape. And men, don't fool yourself. Women like boxer shorts. I've come to that conclusion. So I got the boxer shorts with the candle. That's all you need. That's all you need.
Well, that and a couple of babes.
You just shake like crazy and angry.
On Bertice's show this Thursday, people who have been diagnosed with terminal illnesses share 11th hour reunions with loved ones. That'll be Thursday, Bertice. This week, Montel Williams discussed the film Schindler's List with a group of Aryan skinheads who claim the Holocaust never happened. you can imagine, Montel didn't have much luck showing these folks the error of their ways. In this highlight you're going to check out right now, Montel and a young Jewish man confront one of the skinheads named Chris about his distorted view of history. Take a look at this.
1 out of 3 Americans don't believe it, and they don't feel sympathy for the Holocaust.
Okay, and Karen,
and I just think it's nothing but a propaganda film.
Okay, and why? Because you don't think any of the things in it are true?
Like I said, it's to maintain the guilt so they can keep getting their foreign aid, they can keep getting their Holocaust restitution, and they can keep preying on Americans to give them that sympathy, because their whole existence is based on a lie in this country. Your whole existence is based on a lie.
You think a whole country can be blackmailed? A whole country like Germany is going to be blackmailed to be paying restitution?
Yeah,
because of a movie?
That's right. That's right.
Assimilated Jew created
because you're controlling the media. You Jews are
What is your statistic? You know what? Hold on a second.
You are controlling the media. You are filling these people with lies.
Okay, so then...
Constantly. Jews. The movie was produced by Jews.
Hold on a second. But then, Danny, what you're saying then is that then you, just what you're saying,
right,
that since Jews are propagating this propaganda, putting it out there, then they obviously are a lot smarter than Germans, because if Germans are stupid enough to believe the propaganda to pay the $9 million, then they must be pretty stupid.
Oh, swinging a miss on the little skinhead. He predicts America is due for a huge race war that will culminate in the foundation of an all-Aryan state on Monday's Montel Williams show. Check that. Thursdays, get to know women who feel they've been pushed too far in order to fulfill their husband's twisted fantasies. I don't care what you say, I'm not taking a bath in chocolate mousse. Thursday. Take a quick break and be back with a convenience store clerk challenging a gunman with a baseball bat. Next. We're back. Greg Kinnear still with you. This is Talk Soup. Christian Druin is very lucky to be alive. He was working in a convenience store when a man strolled in and attempted to rob him at gunpoint. Rather than hand over the money, Christian came after the crook, who, again, is holding a loaded gun at him with a baseball bat. Up next, he tells Maury Povich what it was like laying his life on the line for minimum wage. Take a look at this.
From the security camera in Christian's store, it is so graphic. You might not want to watch, but here it is. Did you just watch that or not?
No, I didn't watch it.
You didn't watch it, did
No.
you? You can't stand to watch it.
Is it do you mind that we all are in on it? That we all now, the public, the world at large, can now see this?
I think my mistake can, like, if someone can learn from that mistake, it's fine.
Right. And the mistake being?
If someone asks you for the cash, just give it. It's not, seriously, it's not your cash.
I have to give him applause for that. Hear, hear. Due to the gunshot wound, Christian is no longer able to work. In fact, the bullet caught him in such a way that his back was broken. The gunman was later caught. Christian could not identify him, though, because he was wearing a mask throughout the entire ordeal. Friday and Maury meet some singles who are looking for a long-term commitment and other singles who think monogamy is a four-letter word. Getting to commit. It was definitely an unconventional ceremony around mile 13 of the LA Marathon out here. Peter and Lauren paused just long enough to get married. Oh, hey. Standing in matching sweat pools, they pledged to love, honor, and respect one another until crossing life's ultimate finish line. Vicki Lawrence wasn't on hand, but she did hear about this unique wedding the day after the fact. Take a look at this.
How do you decide to do it in the middle of a marathon, so to speak?
Well, it just... That was afterward.
I know.
It just, we met there, we run together.
Like a fun idea?
Yeah, it sounded like a great idea, and it's part of what we do. We run a lot together, and
You still run a lot?
Sure.
Yeah. Well, we have footage of you guys doing it in the middle of the marathon. So to speak. Here we are.
Okay, this is the start of the race. We arrived by limo at the LA Coliseum.
There's about 20,000 runners that we ran with.
Yeah, about 20,000. This is mile 9. We're on our way, and you can see I still have Peter by my side. That's a good sign. Mile 13.
Yeah, just exchange vows.
Ahead of him, Laura?
Well, I did finish my first marathon ahead of him.
Did you really? Good for you.
We just got married, and we started out the second 13 mile.
To our finish line. Our running minister. He was a marathoner, ran all 26 miles with us. In fact, we had a wedding party of 12 that ran the whole distance with us.
Very, very smelly reception afterwards. It's the highlight of Vicky on Vicky's show this Friday. Dick Clark, Wolfman Jack, and Bowser will be on hand to talk about the golden age of rock and roll. We'll take one last break and be back to teach you how bunnies get their vitamins. Please don't make the foolish mistake of going away. It's the last clip of the day. It's the last clip of the day. So I'll do this. I'll give this to you one more time. Are you ready? You ready? Hey, what's that? Oh, no. Thank you. Thank you very much. Easter's been over for a week, and we're still cleaning up the bunny poop around here. Yes, friends, it's a dirty job, but surprisingly nutritional. This highlight from Good Morning America, animal expert Jack Hanna explains how one rabbit's cage raisin is another rabbit's multivitamin. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing, and boy, am I proud to do it, Talk Soup Clip of the Week.
Jack is talking to the rabbits. I mean, it gets a little strange, but he's...
And rabbits also, they lack vitamin B12. So the reason you see little raisin droppings around rabbits and nothing else is they eat their feces to get B12, which is interesting. You know, I don't know
they get vitamins eating their own waste.
Exactly. They lack the B12, you know, to digest all the vegetation that they eat.
Well, they don't eat it all because when they're around, there's a lot extra. I'm going to put...
Yeah, you got some here on the carpet. See there?
Can you see? Look at this.
These rabbits
here. Do you see all the wool that the Angora has shed?
Oh, look at your suit. That's terrible.
It's all right.
Oh, well.
That's okay. I got enough for a whole sweater here. Oh, thank you.
These are dwarf rabbits here.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
Yeah.
Whoops, calm down.
These are little Dutch dwarf rabbits. Now, if you have a youngster...
Oh, we had a little problem there. One of the rabbits got amorous. Jack, how many rabbits did you bring when you came?
Well, I told him to bring some rabbits. There are 36 rabbits. We got rabbits everywhere.
We started with 36. Now that we end the segment, there are 42.
Oh, boy, more of that Charlie Gibson mathematics. I can't... Oh, hey, come on now. Get at it. What the... Oh, Good Morning America this Friday. Meet Olympic skating champ Dorothy Hamill. Tune in for that. That's going to do it for this Talk Soup, folks. Have yourself a great weekend. We'll see you back here Monday.
Up next, E-News Week in Review. We've got something you could possibly want to know about the world of entertainment. I mean, there's got to be something in here you want. Really. Check it out. Come on. Try it.